Welcome to Funimation 3D Kids and Family Cartoon, where legends, folk tales, and cultural treasures come alive in vibrant colors and joyful imagination. Today, we bring you a story from the heart of Vietnam, a story about a magical tower that has watched over Hanoi for centuries. This is the legend of the Pen Tower at Hoan Kiem Lake, the symbol of wisdom and learning in the ancient land of Thang Long. Long ago, when Thang Long was still the capital of a young and thriving kingdom, the city was filled with the sounds of bells, the laughter of children, and the gentle rustle of trees around a shimmering lake. This lake, calm and deep, was known as Hoan Kiem, the Lake of the Returned Sword. It was here that King Leloi, after winning peace for his people, returned the divine sword to the golden turtle god. The story of courage and harmony made this lake sacred to all who came to its shores. Not far from the water's edge, there stood a small hill. From its top, one could see the entire city, the curved roofs of temples, the flowing red flags, and the golden glow of lanterns reflected on the surface of the lake. The people of Thang Long believed this place was touched by heaven, a place where dreams could rise and meet the sky. But few knew that another legend, one of knowledge and inspiration, that was about to begin there. In a humble wooden house near the lake lived a young scholar named Ngo Van Thu. He was gentle, wise, and endlessly curious. Each morning, he would carry his bamboo scrolls and ink brush to the lakeside, where he sat beneath the old banyan tree to read and write poems. He believed that knowledge was the truest treasure, more valuable than gold, more powerful than swords. He often said, "Learning lights the path of a nation. Without wisdom, even the brightest stars fade." The people admired him. Children followed him with questions about the sky, the moon, and the words written in their books. He always answered with patience, turning each lesson into a story. And when night fell, he stayed by the lake, writing by the soft glow of his lantern until the frogs began to sing. One night, as the full moon rose high above the water, Ngo Van Thu felt his eyelids grow heavy. He rested beside the lake, the gentle wind rocking him into sleep. In his dream, the surface of the lake began to glow. Ripples turned into rings of light, and from the very center of the lake, a giant stone pen slowly rose into the air. It shimmered with colors, blue like the sea, gold like the sun, red like fire, and green like the forest. The pen stretched high into the sky, its tip touching the clouds as if writing on the heavens themselves. Then, from the mist above, came a deep, gentle voice, the voice of an ancient sage. "Young scholar," the voice said, "you have dedicated your life to knowledge and kindness. The world needs a reminder that learning is sacred. Build a tower shaped like a pen, rising toward the sky, so that all may see and remember that wisdom gives life to the soul of a nation." Ngo Van Thu awoke as the first light of dawn touched the lake. His heart raced. The vision was so vivid that he could still see the colors in his mind. He felt as if the heavens themselves had given him a mission. Without delay, he gathered the townspeople and told them about his dream. The villagers listened, their eyes wide with wonder. The elders nodded in agreement, and one old craftsman said, "A tower shaped like a pen. That will be a monument for our children. Let us build it together." The entire community joined hands. Men carried blocks of stone from the quarries, women mixed lime and sand, and children brought bamboo poles and jugs of water. The sound of hammers, chisels, and laughter filled the air day and night. Under the scholar's guidance, the workers shaped the stones with great care. The tower began to rise, elegant and tall, slender like a pen held by the hand of heaven itself. When it neared completion, Ngo Van Thu climbed to the top with a small chisel. Carefully, he carved 3 ancient characters into the stone. "Tathen Thin," right on the blue sky. He then said to everyone gathered below, "These words remind us that true learning rises high above all things. To write on the sky means to fill it with wisdom, kindness, and truth, the pillars that make our people strong." The crowd cheered. For them, the tower was more than a monument. It was a message, a promise that their city would forever value education and enlightenment. When the tower was finally finished, the people held a grand celebration. Drums echoed through the city, banners fluttered in the wind, and lanterns floated above the lake like tiny stars. As the morning sun shone upon the water, the pen tower glistened in gold. Its reflection on the lake looked like a brush touching an endless canvas. Children danced around the base, pretending to write letters in the air. Elders bowed their heads in respect. Everyone felt the spirit of the tower, a spirit that connected heaven and earth, knowledge and heart, man and nature. From that day on, the tower became a sacred symbol of Hanoi. Students walking to school would stop to look at it and whisper to themselves, "Study hard, write your name on the sky." Artists came to paint it, poets wrote verses about it, and travelers from faraway lands marveled at its grace. The tower watched over them all, silent but full of meaning. Years passed. The city grew, streets became crowded, and new buildings rose around the lake. Yet, the pen tower remained the same. It stood through rain and sunshine, through peaceful mornings and stormy nights. And though time changed everything else, the tower still pointed upward, reminding everyone that learning and wisdom never fade. As centuries went by, many came to see the tower not only as a monument of beauty, but also as a mirror of the Vietnamese spirit, calm, enduring, and filled with love for knowledge. It became a place of inspiration for writers, thinkers, and dreamers. Some came to make wishes, others to find ideas, and some simply to feel the peace that lingered in the air. Today, when visitors from around the world arrive in Hanoi, they always stop at Hoan Kiem Lake. Among the bustling streets and sparkling lights, they find the quiet silhouette of the pen tower. Standing by the water, they see its reflection trembling softly under the ripples, and for a moment, they feel the gentle touch of history. Even without knowing the story, they sense something magical, a silent invitation to dream, to learn, to reach higher. At sunset, when the sky turns orange and the city lights begin to glow, the pen tower shines softly, as if writing invisible words across the sky. Perhaps those are the words of Hoan Van Thu's dream, words of knowledge, truth, and compassion. Or perhaps they are the dreams of every child who ever looked up and believed that wisdom could touch the stars. And so, the legend of the pen tower continues. It is no longer just a story from long ago. It is a living reminder that knowledge is the light that never dies, that every idea can shape the world, and that every dream can rise like the pen that writes on the blue sky. The tower stands as a bridge between generations, between the past and the future, whispering to all who see it, "Learn with your heart, write with your spirit, and let your wisdom shine." That is the legacy of Thang Long, a city of culture, learning, and endless inspiration. And that, dear friends, is the story of the pen tower at Hoan Kiem Lake, the timeless symbol of Vietnam's soul, where knowledge meets the sky. Remember, every book you open, every word you learn, and every idea you share is like writing your own message upon the heavens. Keep learning, keep dreaming, and keep believing in the power of wisdom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Funimation 3D and Kids and Family Cartoon to discover more magical legends and colorful stories that bring the beauty of culture and imagination to life.